Welcome back to Soul Eater Anime Review. This is part 4, and this one I'm finally reviewing the final 15 episodes of this series. And these two arcs are the Eibon Investigation arc, which takes episodes 37 to 39, and the Arachnophobia versus DWMA arc, which takes episodes 40 to 51. Yeah, these are original stories, though in the case of the first one, this one is kind of does correspond what happens in the manga. But the final arc of the series, yeah, it's all original stuff. Now, I don't know why now I have heard that the reasoning for the change, like how sort of the rush ending that the series had, was because the manga was still going at that point. The manga itself was only just 113 chapters long. Yep, that is how long the series was. 113 chapters. The manga had a completely different ending to it. Yep. One where the Kishin was defeated quite differently in the manga. Yeah, in the manga, he got sealed on the moon. Yeah, that's how he was defeated. He got sealed up on the moon, and that's basically where he ended. And also, Death the Kid killed his father in the manga. Yep, he killed his father and became the Grim Reaper, and his three white strands in his hair, the Senzu River things. Yeah, that completely encompasses his head. Yep. That kind of happens here, except he does not become the Grim Reaper. And the Grim Reaper actually lives to the very end, which is a bit bizarre because he dies at the end. Yep. So to spoil that. As for Eibon, where they kept mentioning his character frequently, like, is he going to take part in the final fight? Is he going to do something? Nope, he shows up for 2 episodes, unlock Brew, and that's it. Though he does have a good voice actor, Christopher Saban does an excellent job for his brief 2-episode appearance. Yeah, it's kind of like, we built this character up for most of the whole series, and he's only here for 2 episodes. I'm not kidding. I think he's here actually for like he's like, here appears at the end of 1 episode, I think it was episode 44, he appears episode 45, and then never shows up again for the rest of the series. Talk about waste of time building up this character, and all he does is unlock one thing. Yep. Yeah, and as for the final fight between Maka and the Kishin, which, by the way, this is a different fight than when it was in the manga. Yeah, she defeats him by punching him in the face with bravery. I'm like, wow, that is such a weak way to end an awesome fight. Yeah, after this awesome fight has been going on for about 5 episodes now, that is how you end it? By having Maka get like a one-man punch style defeat? Really? Not even Soul Eater managed to do hardly anything. And heck, he didn't become a death sight in this series. In the manga, he did by eating the witch that the Kishin actually ate in the show. He ate her body and soul. In the manga, Maka and Soul defeated her and ate her soul, thus having Soul Eater become a death sight. Yeah, and then of course Medusa took over her body. And in the manga, Medusa's dead by the end. Here, it's implied that she's still alive. Though they do something to show in the ending credits of Blackstar and Tabaki go visiting Tabaki's father, which that does happen in the manga. I think that happens like post time skip, though. I don't really remember what was the whole purpose of the time skip in the first place because it's been a little while since I read the manga. I might need to reread the manga to understand why in the world the series needed a time skip. Now, okay, I get the fact, yeah, you get the series going on at that point. I mean, why not just do some filler, like expanding upon, doing some character development while waiting for the manga to, take time to do more chapters. Instead, we had to rush the ending of the anime. For no reason. At all. I would say, action-wise, this arc was really good, with the exception of its ending. The ending was a bit of a disappointment. Yeah. Oh, and also they do show in the credits that the kid who's obsessed with everything be absolutely perfect is upset Death City is the way it is. Death City is the way it is, yep. But mostly put, it seems like the end credits seem to, mix some stuff that basically the anime sets up, plus what happens in the manga, like the samurai who Blackstar had a rivalry with in the series, which he does kill him in the manga. In the anime, he survives, and he becomes the teacher of the academy. As what happens to Angela. Oh yeah, and also there was in the manga where the witches made an alliance with the DWMA. Yeah, that doesn't happen here at all. Either the animators just didn't care, or they just didn't want to do it. They just really wanted to end the anime so badly. I should point out, though, the studio who made the series is... Let's see if I can find them here. Now, I should almost point out that the original theme song for the show, which, okay, it's made by Square... actually Square Enix made a video game. The anime was made by Bones, which I have heard also it's the same studio who made the Fullmetal Alchemist series. I do plan on doing that series in the future because I'm interested in it. Why not? Now, the original theme song felt like something from Attack on Titan. Yeah, it felt like it was the same people who did it. Now, the first song is called Residence by Team Evolution. That was the theme song for the first 30 episodes. For the final 21 episodes, it was Paper Moon. Yep. And I got handed to the animation studio of having the animation style stick very close to how the manga depicts. Though it's quite weird of how the character's nose look. I really noticed it toward the very end. It kind of looks like part of their... Almost everybody's nose in the whole series. Mostly everybody's missing part of their nose. I think that's the part of the... I think that's the fault of probably the artist by trying to go different for this world. Yeah, but it's weird though having part of the nose missing. It's kind of like the nose is like this the whole time. It's so really bizarre. It's kind of like it's like part of the nose is missing and no one bothered to explain it. Yep. Also, I have looked up to see exactly how old the characters are. Maka, of course, in the course of most of the series, is supposed to be about 13. Soul is 15. Yep, he's 2 years older than Maka. Same thing with Tsubaki. She's 16 at the start of the series, and by the end of the time skip, she's 17. Soul, not so, Black Star is supposed to be 15, and then by the time skip, he's 16. Yeah, and he's a bit of a showboater. Yeah, he's a fun of the light of a character. It just seems a little weird that his voice sounds like a woman, and of course it's voiced by a woman. Yep, but overall, this is one really good series. I just kind of wish they would have taken the time to finish adapting the manga, because the manga had some good material in it, like some characters going missing or getting kidnapped, and the character Kim being brainwashed, acting out of character, and Ox had to pull his hair out in order to get her out of her funk. Though she does grow his hair back for some strange reason. Yeah. Oh, and also the Baba Castle stuff. Yeah, in the manga, Medusa asks that a group of students accompany her while they take the castle, and she keeps the castle as the base operations. While in the show, the deal was this. She gives the location to Kishin, and she gets let go, and they don't touch her. And they let her go. I'm like, wow, that is such a terrible deal. I mean, I like her deal better in the manga, better than what they did in the show. In the show, the deal was terrible. Okay, you surrender to the school, and all you offer them is location to Kishin. You don't do the deal you have with the manga, which is basically offering to do an operation to take the castle and having her keep the castle once they finish taking it. And taking a group of students was a brilliant stroke of genius in the manga. Here, she just does nothing. Oh yeah, and they actually do get a chance to fight her. And also, throughout most of the time, Ragnarok, the weapon that's part of Krona, who is a guy, despite the fact the manga never specifically specify what his gender is. Yeah, I mean, look at Krona. Yeah, Krona's a guy. But also, Marie, in the manga, at the end, she is pregnant with Frankenstein's child. Yep, that's what happens. Interesting, though, there's nothing really illegal about Masters and Weapons having kids, or at least falling in love. I mean, the only, of the 7 main protagonists of the whole series, the only ones I can think of where it's implied they have a thing for each other is Black Star and Tsubaki. That's it. They're the only two I can think of. Soul and Maka are just really good friends. There's nothing between them. That's just they have a thing for each other at all. And it's kind of the same thing with Death of the Kid. It's like it's not like he has a thing for two drop dead gorgeous women who just happen to be his weapons, which turn into freaking pistols, and also can turn into death cannons. And heck, there's one point in the final episode. It looks like when he forms his when his three circles connect, it's like they form this gigantic golden cannon and to use to defeat against the Kishin. It does depower him a bit, but yeah, it's awesome to see. I gotta appreciate the anime for doing it. I don't remember if that happened in manga or not, but yeah. But this overall was a great series. It just had a bit of a disappointing ending to it. And does the series deserve a remake? Oh heck yes, definitely. Though I wouldn't necessarily need it would say yes, a remake definitely be necessary. But I would also do a continuation of the series where they would ignore the last arc of the series and just go like I would have just where it picked up right where the last episode had left off that adapted from the manga and just go from there. Yeah. That or they can just ask for how long it would take to adapt 113 chapters. I don't know. It could take at least well, the first thing I would have to do is readapt the three preludes again. It would have to be 3 standalone episodes, like the way the series is, and then from that point forward, you can actually do like 2 chapters an episode. It just depends exactly what the animators would want to do if they decided to remake the series. hmm Yeah, but there is one thing I would keep from the original series. Have Funimation do the dub again. If the show gets remade, have Funimation do the dub again because the dub was fantastic. It's a great dub. I'm not sure how it is in the sub, but I know for one other show where they changed the sub actors for the second show. hmm But I haven't heard the sub at all for Soul Eater. I don't know what it sounds like because I watched the entire series dubbed, and I got hands of dub actors. They did a fantastic job with the series. Though they didn't swear in the series like they have, I heard in a few others for Funimation. Yeah, for Funimation, in a couple series I've watched with dub for, they allow the characters to swear. Like Black Star says the word jackass a lot. He says it like several times over the course of the final arc of the series. At least they don't drop the B word or the S word or. And thank God Funimation does not do this. They only drop F-bombs in the series. One Piece drops F-bombs in the sub. Not kidding, if you watch the sub, the characters do drop F-bombs. Yeah, that's just the way it is in the sub. Yep. But yeah, it's a really great series. I just kind of wish the ending was better. Of course, that's just my opinion. Everybody else could probably have their own opinion when it comes to the ending of the series, despite it being a great anime. It's kind of like Toriko. Great series, disappointing ending to it. Though I was more disappointed with the ending of Soul Eater than I was with Toriko. Yep. So, alright, so that's it for this episode. Stay tuned for part 5 when I get a chance to fully watch the entire series of Soul Eater Not and to hear my thoughts on that series. Even though it's a prequel, it takes place 1 year before the events of Soul Eater, which is interesting, the fact they did that. And I'm surprised, though, that the writers never done a follow-up series, like, what happened next after the events of the series? Does any of the characters get hooked up at all? Well, with the exception of Stein and Marie. Who knows? I personally would love it to see more characters get hooked up. I actually do like that for a series, where characters have love interests and they literally get married and have kids. That's good character development. I mean, have with Naruto, have with Bleach. I'm trying to think, what other series have happened with I've watched? I think Fairy Tail's ended too at the end of the manga, though the anime is going to come back this year. But I kind of wish more. Oh yeah, and also Rashura Kenshin. Yeah, the end of that series where he married his longtime love interest of the series, who was a dojo instructor, and they had one kid together. Yep. But it all depends exactly what's going to happen next. I mean, would I personally love to see another series for Soul Eater? I would. It was a great manga. Definitely was. The manga series came out monthly over the course of 9 years. Yeah. 113 chapters, a little over 9 years. Yeah. But yeah, it just depends exactly what's going to happen with that, okay? So until you see my next video, which I'm going to do another comic corner next, okay? But until I see you there, bye.